Hi guys, it is Tuesday night. I'm gonna try. I realize when I wiggle, I make my laptop wiggle, and then it just everything gets fuzzy, or at least it does for me. But welcome to our Tuesday night team call. It is July 25th, 2017. It's literally insane how it's practically August. I feel like this year is flying by, but I'm so excited to have you guys all here because we have a lot of things to talk about with Teamcup in August coming up. So, and I'll probably, actually, I might even have you guys unmute yourselves tonight because after a little bit, because I kind of want this to be an interactive call. I want us to chat about a few things. I want us to kind of come together as a team. I'm not here to be the dictator or anything like that. Like, I want us to talk about, tonight, we're going to talk about our goals, talk about how we want to end this month, but more importantly, how we want to crush August together with Teamcup. And for a lot of you guys, this is your first ever Teamcup. Brittany, I think you may have seen, I can't remember if you were in a Teamcup group before or something similar, but you know, for a lot of you guys, this is your first. So, and this is a great time to really like come together. Yeah, I was thinking there was something in February, Brittany. But this is kind of a great time for us all to come together, to hustle together, to bring that energy and the momentum that we've created in our little like team pods and really rally together. A couple months ago, we did like a weekend warrior challenge, and I thought that you guys really loved that and ran with it, and I want to see, and I want to take some votes and some polls on how we could, if that's something you guys want, we could maybe create something similar for Teamcup to help hold us accountable and how we can really challenge ourselves. So first, let me tell you guys what Teamcup is for those of you guys that are new. Teamcup is basically like, it's a month-long challenge. Beachbody puts Teamcup, and there's different ones. I think, I forget if the one earlier this year was like a Team Spirit challenge. There's Beachbody puts on a couple of them throughout the year. So I guess there's one in February. There's always one in August every single year because August is typically a slower month for Beachbody at times. Now, I want you to not even think about that for a second because, you know, we're going to use this as our time to create momentum for ourselves and for our businesses. So Teamcup, you're all in teams of 5. The kind of the cool thing is like technically I get to be in both groups because there's me over in one group and then I'm representing Richard in the other team. So you can only have one diamond in each group, which I know I'm from reading a lot of your coach evaluations. A lot of you guys have put that in your goals. So hopefully that's going to be something that we continue to talk about and push together for. But Teamcup is, like I said, it kicks off on August 1st, but Danielle said it best, the work doesn't start August 1st, it starts now. Something that she always told me is that the work that you do now is going to be what's, you know, it might not directly affect, like the invites that you send tonight might not pay off for what happens tomorrow. Like, you know, if you send 5 invites, are you going to get 5 responses from those people by tomorrow? Probably not, because they're going to read it and watch it, and they're going to watch you, and they're going to wait. So the work that you do now plants seeds for next month and so on and so on. So every time you take your foot either on or off the gas pedal, you know, you might think that it doesn't necessarily affect you right now, which is true, but, you know, if you took your foot off the gas pedal for the last month or 2 or whatever, that may be why you're feeling a little slow right now. And that's okay, because the important thing is, guys, you have the power to change it. I have taken my foot off the gas in the past. It sucks because you're like, man, this is really frustrating. But the point is, you have the power and the control to change it, and that's what we're here to do. We're not here to look at the past and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so frustrated, I haven't hit Success Club, or maybe your goal was to hit Emerald and lock that in, or work towards Diamond. Whatever it is, I want you to leave the past in the past, and I want you to focus on today, and I want you guys to focus on moving forward, because that's all that we can control. We can only control our behaviors from here on out, and our attitudes and our actions. So that's pretty much, well, I guess I'm kind of amping you up, but getting away from Teamcup, we're all in teams of 5. We're all here to hustle and push each other. When I did my first Teamcup, which was a month after I first joined, is what the month that I ran my very first challenge group. So some of you guys that haven't run your own challenge group, this could be an opportunity for you to try that. A lot of you guys are in our team-wide group, and that's great. But maybe if you wanted to run one, because we're doing 2 rounds of the shift shop. So maybe after the first 3 weeks, you ran your own. I don't know. I'm just throwing this out there. I'm not saying this is what you have to do. I'm just, Teamcup is a place for you to grow and challenge yourself. And basically it's to really focus on mastering, what did I write here? Mastering inviting and mastering sharing your story. Because those are the 2 things that I really feel like you can master those things. That's what's going to really solidify and make your business rock. Okay, so I have a couple ideas that I want to throw out there. Now, granted, we are 2 different teams, so we're kind of like competing against each other. I get to help lead you guys, and I'm going to help give you guidance. But here's the thing: I don't want this to be, Claire's the only one posting in the groups. I find that I love posting in there because I like to show you guys what I'm doing. I like to lead the front and tell you guys, okay, like I did my power hour, who's done theirs, and maybe I have a couple ideas. Maybe if I call people out, we have to do a circle and a chain, and we have to each call each other out once we've done our power. That's just an idea. I don't know. Sometimes in the message pods, I ask, okay, when's everyone doing their power hour? What are your daily numbers? We've done daily numbers before, and I've had you guys shout those out. One thing I'm definitely going to implement that I'm going to tell you right now is I'm going to make an image. And some of you guys have seen me do this in the past, but it's called Slap That Marker. So you guys have heard me say, like, ring that bell, or I don't know, I've had different images before, but each time you change a life and you sign somebody new up, I'm going to have you slap that marker, kind of like in Shift Shop, how we're slapping those markers and we're changing our mindset and changing our bodies. I want you to slap that marker each time you help change a life. And excuse me, sorry, I'm drinking some bubbles and it's getting to me. But that will be pinned in the team page, so you guys will all be able to see that starting August 1st, okay? So that's something simple and kind of easy to do, kind of like it's a fun thing, and every time somebody does, I want us to celebrate the heck out of each other. I want us to love on each other like crazy and support each other like crazy. Like, that's what Teamcup is about. It's to, shed the negativity, shed the jealousy, shed the fears, shed the doubt, so you can bring in your inner badass. And kind of like what Josh Coate says, like, become confident like a rock star. And that's how I want you to feel from the inside out. So before, and I guess the last thing I'll say about about Teamcup is that if everybody in your Teamcup hits Success Club, you guys are all eligible for different prizes. Like Beachbody, I think if you hit Success Club 5 or 6, you get like a Beachbody blanket. If you hit like 30 points or more or something, they have like different prize gradients that you guys can get. And there's a sweatshirt. If everybody hits Success Club 10 in your team, you guys can win a sweatshirt that says Coach on it. It looks awesome. It looks really cute. It's kind of like a cowl neck. And then like the top prize winners get to win a trip out to Los Angeles to meet Carl Deichler, the executive team, and basically be in the company. And I think there's another prize of like a bike and stuff like that. There's really crazy cool stuff, guys. And I think when I did this back in the day, I won a selfie stick or something like that. So it's really fun to get yourself amped up. It's not about just doing this for the prizes, guys. It's about doing this for you. It's about remembering why you're here. And and some of you guys told me that in your why forms. And I think it's really good to do those coach evaluations, because life happens, guys. It's reality. I mean, I'll be the first to say, I've been a coach for over 2 years. I've lost and gained weight multiple times in this 2-year period, and I'm not ashamed to say that. I'm not ashamed of that. I call that life. Hence why I'm going all in with Shift Shop right now, because I need to get myself back on track. But people need your help because they're going through that same stuff right now. And that's why this is so important. So anyways, I apologize. I'm totally tangential. So let's start off. I'm gonna not share my screen. I'm gonna unmute you guys because I want to know what everyone's goals are for August. Because if we know each other's goals, then that way we can kind of help push each other. So, and I want you to write, if you have a little notepad in front of you, I want you to write them down. Okay, who wants to go first? Or I can pick somebody. Sam, how about you go first?
Definitely Success Club 5.
Uh-huh.
And by middle of the month, and Success Club 10 by the end.
Okay, let's attach some dates. When do you want to hit Success Club 5 by?
Let's say by the 15th.
Okay. And Success Club 10?
By the 30th. So good halfway to exactly.
Great. Any other goals? Any other personal goals? Any other things you want to add in there?
Not right now. I'm still figuring them out.
Okay. Well, just keep them brewing, because something I write down, and I'm not just telling this to you, I'm telling this to everybody. Something I write down every single month. You guys all know that I'm all about goal setting and having those goals in front of you. I write down obviously my Success Club goals, my income goals, my team goals, but I write down my personal goals too. And I think that's really important to focus on too. Sometimes I write down things about personal development. Sometimes I make it about the goals that that I want to lose. But they can be other things too, like working. And I feel like this is something that I don't talk enough about, but it could be like working on your relationship with your spouse or a friend, or like a personal goal. And I think it's important it is to be focused on your business. Like if you're not focused on growing yourself in all areas, then what's the point of what we do, right? So anyways, I just want to say, I'm not calling you out, Sam. I just mean like, it's like, think of those things too.
Okay.
All right, who's next?
I'll go.
All right, Jenny. Hit me, girl.
Go with the same thing. I want to hit SC5, I think by the middle of the month, and then SC10 by the end of the month as well too.
Which, by the way, you are one person away from 10 right now. Let me just shout Jenny out, who has hustled freaking hard this month. You are so close, girl. I'm going to keep challenging to push you this month. You're so close to locking it in.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
And then another goal is I want to get like 2 coaches on my team by the end of the month. Not just challengers, but coaches.
I love that, Jenny. I love that you're already starting to kind of really think like a business owner, because that's, now that you've hit Emerald, that's definitely the next step. So you're definitely thinking longitudinally, and if you really knock it out of the park with your current challengers, this month with Shift Shop, like really like checking in with them and loving them. And this goes for all of us. Like I know that I'm trying to step up my game with checking in with my challengers, really give them what we call the Disney experience, like love on them like crazy. Like this is where coaches come from, they come from Disney experiences. Right. They come from getting excited about the environment that we're in, and it starts from us. It doesn't mean we just plop them in the group and let's see what happens. It means us kind of going in there and running with them. So love it, Jenny. Anything else you wanted to add in there?
I guess more personal, since I just moved and I was a teacher back where I used to live. I'm still trying to get a teaching job in Pennsylvania, so that is my goal.
Okay. Teaching job. Or, just become a coach full time. Whichever.
Yeah, or that.
Actually, I do know there's a lot of women that are coaches that got started that way because, like, military spouses, some of my teams that were that way. They moved out of state, and anyways.
Right.
Put that out there. We have a lot of coaches teachers on this team. We got Sam, now Loretta. Julie was a teacher too. Anyways, digress. But okay, great. stuff, Jenny. Love it. Brittany, I'm gonna toss it over to you.
Okay. So I want to definitely hit Success Club 5 also by mid-August and Success Club 10 by the end of August. And then another thing is to check in with my challengers more often, because I feel like, it's hard. It's like, you can lose track, and then you're like, well, I don't know what's going on in their lives or what their, goals are or anything. So just reaching out to them more, and then reaching Emerald as well by the end of this month, because I still haven't reached it. So that's my goal.
Okay, pushing for Emerald. Great. Awesome, Britt. Love it. All right, Julia, that leaves you, hun. Julia, can you hear me still? Might be hard because she's through the phone.
Oh, I'm sorry. I still had you muted on my end. I was talking to you.
Oh, that's weird, because I think I had you unmuted. That's weird.
You did, but I think I still had you guys muted on my end too.
Oh, funny.
Because when Jenny said I'll go, I said it at the same time, but I backed out.
Oh. All right, Julia, hit me.
So like the other guys, I also want to hit 5 by the middle of the month and then 10 by the end, but I really want to lock in Emerald. I was kind of hoping to get it in this month, but I don't know if that's going to work out or not. I'm hoping maybe I can sneak it in, but I'm not sure. And then I also really just kind of want to lock in some challengers, because the only people or person that I've signed so far is older and not really interested in challenge groups. Just kind of was like, I want access to the workouts in my shake and to be less alone.
Mm-hmm.
So I really want to start working with actual challengers, because the girls that I've had in and out of a free group, they're good. And the one I'm working with now, she's actually pumped and loving it. And I'm really hoping that she might be my last sign of July.
Okay.
But my last day to talk to her, well, I guess I'm going to check in with her on Monday, but my last day to talk to her was actually August 1st, because that's her last minute before her trial runs out.
Well, I would check in with her this week.
Yeah, I check in with her every other day, and
Okay.
she talks in our free group, so I've just kind of been in touch with her, trying to feel how she's feeling.
And she's in Danielle's current group?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Well, I'm gonna push you. I'm gonna reach out to you, Julia, so I can help lock this in with you. And even if we could even do a 3-way text chat or something. I got some ideas. I'm basically just gonna reach out to you.
Okay, sounds good.
But good. Okay, so Success Club 5. I'm hearing a trend from all of you guys, and it's kind of exciting to hear you guys all feeding off of each other with your goals. And maybe it's that group think, well, they said it, so I should say it. And even if that is the case, even if you're well, someone said Success Club 5 and 10, so I should probably do this so I don't look like a wimp or something like that. But sometimes that's what you need to push yourself, even if you don't believe it, you can do it yet. But for all of you guys that said, I think, I hope, I want to, coming from experience, this is where we need to start changing it to, I believe I can. And it's not, and how you get to, I think, I hope, I want, to the place of I believe and I will, comes from personal development. So the next piece, guys, I want to know what personal development you are going to commit to and going to go all out with, guys, because you guys have heard me talk about personal development all the time. I'm actually literally in the process of revamping my entire morning based on this principle right here, as in I'm not going to do my power hour until I've done my morning meditation, my morning prayer, my workout, and my personal development. This is how serious I am, because my mindset and my attitude have been the one thing that have driven me and this business into the ground. And that's what holds, and I'm going to be perfectly honest, that's what holds every single back, is your own mindset. So that's why I'm going to be really serious about personal development. And I want you guys to, and maybe if you don't have an idea right this very second, I want you to pick a book or an audiobook. You guys have heard me say, if you're not listening to personal development every day, you need to get it. If you guys have told me that I'm a reader, I love to read, that's great. if you're not reading every single day, you need to put the book down and you need to pick up an audiobook, you need to do Audible, or you're going to do a podcast or something, because if you're not, like what Danielle says, if you're not flooding yourself with positivity and love, like in your brain at all times, I don't mean all times, but you know what I mean. Like, I'll plug some in while I'm cooking or while I'm working out sometimes, though Chris is very motivational, so I haven't needed a whole lot of personal development while I work out. But things like that. So actually, I'll pull back my question as opposed to asking you what your personal development is. I want you guys to think of that so that when we are here next Tuesday on our call, you have, hey, Claire, this is my personal development plan. This is what I'm working on, okay? And I always have said, don't just pick the personal development like the book that sounds cool. Like, pick what you are, figure out what you are personally struggling on, like right here. Is it lack of belief in yourself? Is it confidence? Is it self-love? Is it I'm struggling with because I constantly have limiting beliefs in my head? Do you want to learn how to become more of a morning person? There are lots of books on that. You guys know I constantly preach that. There's so many different kinds, guys. I don't need to sit here and list the different kinds, but like, anyways, the best personal development is the one that speaks to your problem right now, okay? So think about your personal development. All right, next thing now this is a question for you guys, so I want you guys to kind of shout this back out to me. What do you think you need as a team, like as teams? What do you think you need to do as teams to be successful with Teamcup? Or what do you want to do to kind of ramp up the energy and help each other? What do you think? What has been helpful in the past? Let me ask that.
I think like keeping each other accountable, like maybe I don't know, like keeping track in a way that like you're like, okay, I did this many, like taking a picture of it or something, of like a sheet of paper where you mark down people, or with ramping up the energy, I feel like just like everyone needs to like be excited and just like I don't know how to ramp it up. I guess like just posting and back and forth and communicating, not like just one person communicating in the group.
Okay. How does everyone feel about that?
I would agree with it. Every time like you comment on like our messages and you're like, oh, I like did this many hey girls and this many invites and this many of this, like that always makes me be like, well, crap, I want to do more. Or crap, I haven't done it yet. Because you always hit me up at like 6 a.m. and you're like, this is what I've done. And I'm like, oh my God, I just finished my workout.
That's because I'm a crazy lady and I literally hate working after 5 p.m. That's why I'm a morning bird, because I hate working after 5 o'clock. Hence why I've been taking polls about new team calls, because team calls can never be in the morning. More on that later. I haven't officially decided on a new time yet. But when we have more of the team together, I want to do a final team vote. So more on new team calls. But so okay, we're talking about not just one person being the only person talking, but we're all coming together. Now, I know that sometimes it can be hard to keep up with the messages, and I get that too, because I'm in a few of Danielle's threads, and sometimes it can be feeling like, sometimes it's inundated with a lot of messages. So even if you're just reading, some of the messages or liking and loving on each other, you guys can also like post and share positive things in the team page. That's always cool too. One thing I want to recommend, and I want to encourage you guys, because I keep saying this over and over again, but I feel like a lot of you guys have been telling me about how sometimes you don't know what to say back to somebody, or you're talking with somebody, you might be like close to helping that person or getting started with them. Something that has worked really, really well in message threads that I've been in with Danielle is when we screenshot those conversations and we say, hey, I feel a little stuck. Like, what can I what can I say here to be a little bit different? And that's what helped me grow a lot as a leader and grow a lot in working with my objections. And I think Julia and Jenny, I've kind of helped get you guys started with a little bit of that from your training, your get-go. So I want to encourage you guys to do that. I'm not telling you guys you absolutely have to, but I think when we can learn from each other and see how to respond in those tough situations when people are starting to, because objections are hard. Objections are hard, and we're going to experience them if we're going to be pushing ourselves to Success Club 5 and Success Club 10, you know. So we talked about sharing numbers. Is that kind of like what you meant, Brittany? Kind of like, I think there was a time period when, I don't remember if we did it in our exact team thread, but we would all be like, these are the numbers I did that day, right?
Yeah, and I think like also a group Zoom night like once a week or something would be good, just to keep the momentum and like the community atmosphere going. If people, I know like people have different schedules, but you know, if we can try to like coordinate something with the group to be like, all right, this night we're gonna all work on our power hour together. I think that helps a lot because it keeps the momentum going.
Sure. So like a team, like you mean like each team doing their own like live power hour?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. What do people think about that? That would be separate from the team call.
That was helpful the last time we did it for me.
Yeah, I'm seeing some head nods. Okay. I love that idea. I think live power hours are great because, you know, I know a lot of you guys are, obviously we're all kind of busy people, and sometimes it kind of helps to sit there and plug it out together. So that's great. So then I think one thing we'll do in the team pods is we'll talk about what time we can do them. I can tell you right now that I pretty much only available Monday through Wednesdays for evenings. But you guys are also teams, so you guys can also help vote with each other. I personally do some 6 a.m. live power hours with another teammate, but I know that vote might not win. I will continue to plug it though. Okay, so live power hours. I'm going to jot down a few notes. So potentially live team power hours. Okay, I know we're running out a little bit of time, but we still have some time. No, hold on. Goodness, my computer's being funny. Okay, sorry. Live team power hours, shouting out numbers in message pods. Can I suggest one more thing? Obviously dedicating, I'll post these notes in the team so you guys all have them as well. Dedicating to personal development. So those of you, I think Sam, you were around when we did that Weekend Warrior Challenge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if I created something similar, but for Teamcup?
I think that's great because I really enjoyed having a place to plug in all my information.
Like almost like having like a checklist.
Yeah.
What if I created a checklist for you guys of daily activities I wanted you to do Monday through Friday? And maybe it's not a Google Doc, maybe it's a sheet, and then you guys can like print it and use that as your daily tracker. And then what you could do is post your paper each day, like take a picture or something. Would that be helpful?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm seeing some head nods. Because something that I do, I have shared this with you guys. I use the Empower Hour powers, I don't know, some kind of thing. I don't use the whole thing, but I love making notes on it. And ever since I did this and doing Josh Coates' group where I check off things every day, I feel like I can come up with a checklist for you guys. It might not be pretty like this. If you guys don't care, like I literally cannot do graphics. Is there anybody in this team that's good with like PicMonkey, anything graphic related? Anyone's boyfriend good with that? Or husband? Okay. No, I thought I'd try. Jenny was like looking at you. I was like, does your boyfriend have hidden talents we don't know about other than sweating hard with you? Anyways, well, I would love to do that for you guys. I've kind of been thinking about that lately because sometimes I think having a checklist and knowing, okay, I have to do this every single day, including what types of posts. The other thing that I want to challenge you guys to do that we haven't yet said is, if you guys are feeling like your business is slow, conversations are slow, I want you to self-evaluate. This is not me. I mean, I will give a little tough love right now. If you're unhappy with the results in your business right now, look at your output. Look at your output. That goes from the inside out. It goes from what's in here is what's going to come out here. That's what's going to come out in your posts. If you're only posting once a day, if you're only posting once every couple days, you're being inconsistent. I'm not here to judge you or shame you if that's happened to you. That's okay, guys. Like I said, this is our time to change it. How you build that momentum is by showing up consistently. Like Brittany, you rocked it during Sean Week. You were posting videos constantly, and how you build that back up is by showing back up and doing it again and doing it with Shift Shop. And that goes for all of us, me, I commit and post a minimum of 3 times a day. And for some of you guys, that might seem like a lot. But the truth is, if you really want to build traction, if you want to build followers, because trust me, I have more followers than I have likes. Sometimes I have to convince myself of that, but it's true. Because when I message people that I barely know and they tell me, wow, your videos are really awesome, I'm like, shit, you were watching? Because I'm pretty sure you never liked anything. So my point is, this is your opportunity to show up and be consistent. Remember, it's not about you. It's about the fact that you told me that you're here because you want to help somebody the same way you got excited when you started helping and changing your own life. Okay, I know sometimes we get wrapped up in thinking success club, success club, success club. And something that has changed my mindset over these last couple of months is the fact that I show up every single morning, and I've been working on changing my own mindset like you guys, is that I tell myself, okay, how can I help somebody today? As opposed to being stressed out and being like, oh my God, I haven't hit Success Club, I haven't hit Emerald. I'll be quite honest with you guys, I'm still at Success Club 2. The only reason I'm at Success Club 2 is because a random challenger bought a challenge pack under me. And don't think for a second that, oh, she's lucky, because guys, that never happens. And, I didn't even earn that. I didn't even work for that. That just happened. So yeah, on one hand, that's cool. I'm at Success Club 2. I dropped 1-star diamond rank. Richard's at Ruby right now. Okay. I have work to do. I'm hustling with you guys. And so my whole point is, this is our time to run together, to get excited, to say, how can I help somebody today? How can I change my mindset today? And it starts from, fueling your cup, but that's why I'm pushing doing your personal development and your workout and really loving hard on yourself, because if you're not doing that, it's going to be so much harder to help somebody else. It's going to make your conversations harder. So really dig in, guys, and this is the month to really freaking do it. And if you guys want to know a little bit about what my morning routine is, and if you want to know more about how you can start working and changing your mindset, I would be more than happy to share with you guys what I'm doing and even some of the personal development that I'm doing. If you guys would like any of that, I'm happy to do a little video in the team page or something like that. Granted, what always works for me might not always work for somebody else, but if you're wanting to become more of a morning person or wanting to fill your cup more, I have some tips and things like that I can share with you guys. Okie dokes. So we talked about slap that marker. We have your goals. You guys know that you're going to have your personal development chosen by next week. We have our teams. We talked about actually, who is in Team Shift and Shine?
Me.
Julia. Sam, you're in. Yes, your Team Shift and Shine. Jenny and Brittany, you guys are in Fit in the City?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I volunteer one of you guys from each to make a post in the message thread asking when you guys want to do the live power hours? I want you guys to ask the team so we
I can do it in Fit in the City.
You can do that in Fitness City? Okay. And then, Julie, do you mind posting that in Shift and Shine?
Sorry, yeah, definitely.
Okay. That way we can vote and talk about when to do live power hours for both teams, okay? And then I will do the honors, and I'll create some kind of tracking thing for you guys, and I'll share that with you guys by next week, okay? Does that sound good? All right, guys. Well, let's crush the end of this week, guys. The month is not over. If you have not hit Success Club, or if you have not hit your goals, let me challenge you by saying, stop thinking about Success Club, stop thinking about Emerald, stop thinking about, oh my God, I need this, I need this, I need that. When you start to think of those things, that's when your mind goes into panic mode. And when your mind goes into panic mode, it like literally shuts everything down, so that any message you have, you start to become desperate. And that's what comes through in your messages. So that's why I'm saying personal development, because that's what's going to get you through. And that's why I'm talking, say, fuel your cup, guys. Use each other. Use our message threads. Use them now. Use them now before the end of the month. We have each other. We have each other to lean on. And you guys are all so close to greatness, you don't even realize it. And I'm just here to help push you guys. So I want August to be the best month we've had as a team yet. I want us to grow, and I want us to just kick ass. All right, you guys ready and excited? Yeah, let's do it. Let's go out there and win some kick-ass prizes. Let's kick booty and shift shop, and let's crush the rest of this week, guys. All right?
All right.
Woo! All right, guys. Have a good night. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.